Hey, sisters, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Soon. My name is Sonora, and I am on this journey along with you. This is my YouTube channel, Soon, which stands for Something Out of Nothing. Can I share a hysterical moment with you all? Because we're going to all grow and learn, and I might as well keep it real. I sat and I recorded so many minutes and snippets, and now I was trying to get fancy and edit because, as you can see, I've stepped my game up. I got a mic, right? And I got a tripod. You got me sitting here in the family room by my fireplace. So it's nice and bright and uploaded a better quality of video. And I go to the computer to upload all my videos. I made like 6 or 7 little snippets, trying to edit them all together with my son Neil on Duo. Hey, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? I was like, oh snap, I'm learning it. Girl, can I tell you, after I did all of that, I go to press play and my lips are moving and I did not record a single sound because I forgot to turn on the freaking mic. Okay. We're just going to enjoy this journey together. So, welcome to the re recording of my second episode of Soon. First and foremost, after you finish getting up off the floor laughing, because I'm going to tell you, you have to laugh at yourself, otherwise, you're going to be mad, right? I want to say thank you. I was not expecting to get the number of views that I have, and I didn't have like 80,000 or anything like that. I just sent it to a few people just to get the introduction out there, and people are paying attention. But not only did I get some likes and some views, I also got some subscribers. So I really want to say thank you. I recognize in a world where everything is going 99 miles an hour, where you can be looking at Instagram or a TikTok to make you laugh, you took the time to do something for yourself, which is to encourage and empower yourself to be your better self. So I thank you for joining me. So I'm going to try to do this all over again, ladies. Um, First, I want to ask you, did you get your wine glass? Because I got my wine glass. I had to refill it. Ooh, I'm so glad y'all didn't see how much was in the first one. Hallelujah. Um, but go ahead and get your wine glass. My mom calls these my Olivia Pope wine glasses because I don't know, it reminds her of Scandal. But anybody who knows me knows that for Joan, my girl Joan and I, wine and popcorn is our thing before there ever was an Olivia Pope. So, ha, take that. Miss Sandra Rhimes must have copied it off of us, right? Okay. Now I want to also say welcome to all of those who are just tuning in. What I want to do is give the same introduction I gave the last time. This is not a Christian channel. I am Christian by spirituality, but this is not a Christian channel. This is a channel to empower us to do our best to be our best. And that's all I'm asking of any of us. So, whether you're Christian, you're Muslim, you're Jewish, I want you to sit back and enjoy this journey that we're going to take together and really buy into it. Okay. If you missed my introduction, go ahead and it's a 10.5 minute intro from last week. But I wanted to say to you that in all things that we do, we're always going to have three perspectives. And the first perspective is that of the divine, of the creator, of God, of what it is that divinely is either inspiring us or motivating us, or what is the message coming to us. The next is going to be from ourselves, from our heart. We're going to look to our heart and make sure that we are being honest with ourselves so that the growth is sincere. And last but not least, we're always going to look to one another, to encourage one another to be our best. Whether you know it's a sister that's on soon or not, you really want to take a moment to make sure that the people around you have the security of knowing that you want the best for them no matter what. Okay, so with that out the way, I'm going to jump right into the topic because I have already gone through this, but we're going to go through it for real now. The test is over. This is for real. And you know what? Now I get the whole thing of testing, testing, one, two, three. I promise you, I learned my lesson. Okay. So, um, this week we are going to cover the revelation of the revolution. So, I do have my notes. I am going to refer back to them from time to time. You may see me looking at them because I want to make sure that I stay on track. Because those of you who know me well know that I can be a little chatterbug every once in a while. And without interruption, girl, I will just keep going and I will put the Energizer Bunny to sleep. So, I'm going to keep on my notes to make sure that we're on track and I'm respecting your time. The revelation of the revolution. Real fancy words. It sounds real charismatic, but really what that is revealing change. Um, and what I touched on last week was everybody talks about change and exploits the word change, but nobody ever tells you how to change. You'll get a job review, right, at the end of the year, and it'll say what you need to change and improve on, but it rarely lists a process for that. We're going to go through the process so that we can have the best outcomes for ourselves and for the people around us and in alignment with the divine plan for our lives. So let me start by saying this. I really used to hate change. Oh my gosh. I was like, if it works, don't break it so we don't have to fix it. Hello. That was my thing. Okay. Do I have to pay Tyler Perry for that or what? We'll say hello. There we go. So we don't get in trouble. Okay, we're going to do that. Um, so what happened is radio worked, right? That was way back in the 20s. Radio was the form of communication, mass communication. Radio worked before we broke it with TV. Then for a long time, TV worked before we broke it and brought up cable, right? It got to the point that you couldn't turn on a regular TV channel unless it went through cable. And then cable worked until we started streaming. Honey, let me just tell you, COVID changed all of that, all of that. Even my dad, who is another person that absolutely hates change, so I know where I got it from, even he said, okay, so why am I spending so much money? So he figured it out. And I promise you that in a period of time, streaming will be obsolete and be replaced by another changing form of medium. Who knows? I might have a 3D representation of some fine brother standing here playing out and acting out their part of the movie. Hello, right? I like that kind of TV. Um, so, why change? Because change is necessary for progress. Change is necessary to relieve pressure. Change is necessary to relieve pain. Change is necessary for healing, and change is necessary for growth. Okay? Remember, this is not how your story ends. And if you're in a page that you don't like, and this part of it seems like a thriller or like a scary movie, just keep writing and turn the page. You have the opportunity to change the narrative. Okay? How do we do that? So the first step is to find the area where you want to change. So this is the thing. Don't make it something that's unrealistic. Don't make it something grandiose. I want to lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks. Girl, me too. If you figure that out, please holler and let me know. Okay? Because I'm with you. But that's not realistic. So you want it to be realistic. Um, Change happens when there is a need for change to happen, a revolution. Something happens that says things cannot stay the same. So whether it's your budget your weight, your eating habits, whatever it is, find that area and drill down until you find the reason for the need and focus on that. So, for instance, if it's to lose weight, well, losing weight is not the problem. The problem is that you're gaining weight. So, find that reason and drill down until you find what it is. Is it that, yes, I eat a salad, but I eat a six pack of Snickers a day? I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, you need to drill down until you find the area that you have to change. And change will only happen if you commit to it, if you find that it is necessary. If you don't feel that it's necessary and you don't commit to it, the change is not going to happen. So I want you to do that. So first of all, find your area of change. Okay. Um, I'll share what my area of change was in a couple of weeks because I haven't really exercised it yet, but I have been working on some things. So I'll let you know. But find your area of change. And then I want you to, after you find that area, I need you to go to the creator. Remember, always those 3 points: the creator, ourselves, and the others around us. Go back to the creator. Find a moment to find a quiet place and just start out setting a timer on your phone, turning off, dim your lights. If you can't stand to be in the dark, dim your lights, close your doors, turn off your phone, turn off the music, and just sit in the quiet for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. And let the silence meditate to you. If you have a negative thought that comes to your mind, those kids gonna knock on the door any moment. Or, oh my gosh, something's getting ready to happen. Or, oh my, don't forget the laundry. Not now. Just speak to yourself. Not now. Not now. Just quiet. And speak to yourself. Remind yourself of why you're there. After your 5 minutes of quiet, start your conversation with the Creator, with God. And you can start it with a question. Isn't that how all conversations start? Hey girl, how you doing? Girl, let me tell you about my day. Ask God, hey God, how am I doing? What would you really like to have an opportunity to change in my life? And then take at least 2 more minutes to be quiet and listen. We only want one thing. Do not list every flaw you perceive that you have. That's not what this is about. There is no such thing as perfection. It is a lie. You are just looking for an area to make yourself the best you can be. Okay? So after you've thought about that area, you're now going to give yourself a moment. Write it down. Write it down. Give yourself a day or two to think about it. Really, in your quiet time, whether that's your drive to work, whether that's your bathroom reading time, that's what I call it. I was like, that's my reading time, leave me alone. I used to call it when I had kids. And by the way, I have 5 now adults. Hallelujah. But there were 5 little hands under the door, right? Or knocking on the door, or would even call me on my cell phone and the bathroom door is closed. Like, really? I would say, I'm on a mommy timeout. You can't, when somebody's on timeout, you can't talk to them. I'm on a mommy timeout for 10 minutes. Somebody set the timer. Mommy's on a mommy timeout for 10 minutes. And you have to make time for yourself. You are important. And if you're not functioning at your best, anything you do is not going to be your best. So shut the world out for a little bit. I had to learn to do it, and it's a process. So make sure you do it. But in that quiet time, I want you to go deep in yourself. If it's your drive to work, if it's your morning coffee time, if it's your prayer time, your meditation time, whatever, take a few minutes and drill down into why the change and what needs to change. And think about what you would look like in the change, how people will respond to you after you change. You want to think positively. Wipe out those negative naysayers, and they don't matter. All they are is fuel for your fire. They are motivation for your move. But we're not going to focus on them. You're going to focus on the people that say, wow, I've really noticed a great change in you. But you want to envision yourself in the scenario where you have changed. I like to think of it this way. You thumbing through your Facebook and you come across that rogue um, lady shopping site or advertisement, and it is a Beyonce freakum dress. Hello, hey, oh, okay, I'm gonna be looking good in that. All right, yes, I need that in my life. And immediately we begin to envision ourselves in that freakum dress, right? But we don't just envision ourselves in the dress. We envision how people are going to respond to us walking into the room in that dress. So for some of us, that is okay. Hey, oh, I see you. For others of us, it's like, girl, don't put that on. Don't do it. But either way, it's how we envision ourselves that drives us to the next step, right? Envision yourself in your change and what it looks like and how you look like in your change. Now, once you've done that, you've asked the divine, you've figured out and drilled down into that change, and you've began to look at and see yourself in the change, right? Now we need a plan. We need to develop a plan. How do we change? And really, change is nothing but putting the reverse on the habit that we created to get to the need for change. In other words, for that person that's looking to lose weight, right? All of us. Hello. Um, you start to say, okay, I want to lose weight. Oh, I want to get into such and such a dress by this date. Oh, I will be everything in that dress. Oh, I just want to get into that dress, right? So that's our vision. But then the first thing that we start to think is, I'll never get in that dress. I can't eat any food for the next 37 days so I can get into that dress. Not realistic. Your goal and what you're going to do, your plan or your process to meet that goal, and then the final outcome all need to be realistic. So let's take that same goal of losing weight, except we've drilled down now and we've recognized that we need a healthier eating habit. Okay, that's what we've drilled down to. What's our plan going to be? Our plan is going to be, it might be, first of all, go shopping and get some healthier foods in the house that I have. And then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to say what I'm going to have for each meal. And I'm going to put that on the refrigerator. So when I go to the refrigerator to get something to eat, I already have a plan of what I'm going to eat. Now, what happens when I reach for a Snicker and I go ahead and eat it? Life goes on. You don't have to throw out the whole plan. You just restart from where you are. We are so hard on ourselves because we are unrealistic with ourselves. Reality says that things happen. Life gets in the way. Stressors attack us. The enemy gets to us. We are not prisoners. And this is not the end of the story. Just because it took a turn, get yourself back on track. forgive yourself, and move forward. Move forward with your plan. Okay, so now that we have got our plan and it's measurable, the next thing that we want to do is we want to set up an accountability partner, what I call a BBB, my Be Best Bestie. That's that person and that friend that doesn't think that you are all of that in a bag of chips and no matter what you do, you're great. It's a false sense of security, right? Because we're not perfect. So, no, I'm not great, but thank you. And you know what? We need cheerleaders. So don't get rid of the friend. That's just not your BBB. Nor do you want to go to that person that you perceive to be a BBB, but you've soon discovered that every 5 seconds they're talking to their true BBB. So, girl, she will never reach that goal. I don't know. I just be like, yeah, girl, get it. But I know she's never going to reach it. That person's not going to work for us either. You want the person that's going to be honest with you. Let's go back to that freakum dress. So when I see myself in it, I see myself the size that I was 20 years ago. Okay? Fit and fly 20 years back. Wait. Hold on. My oldest is 33, so I might have to go a little further back than that, but that's okay. But you go back in time, and I'm seeing myself in my best shape in the smallest size that I could wear. Oh, I could rock that dress. Oh, yes. So I order it. Well, that dress comes and goes 3, 4 times before I get to a more realistic size that says, okay, this must be European sizing because there's something wrong. I don't have that many X's behind my size, right? That's what we tell ourselves. So we put our freakum dress on. We are feeling good and in walks our BBB. It is in that moment that that person will tell you whether or not you are your best going out into the world. A real BBB will say, you got to have something else in the closet if it's not right. Or she will say, oh my goodness, you go in 2 minutes before me because I don't want to walk in with you. That's how fly you are. Those are real BBBs. Because the reality is, I can talk about how great your shine is because you don't steal any of my glow. And together, we are a bright sun. So stop. If you see a sister, I don't care what color she is. She's a sister. She's a sister. You see a sister doing her thing in her best outfit, in her best moment. Take the time to say, you better go ahead, girl. They deserve it and you deserve it because guess what? That turns up your shine too. Okay, so now we have sought the divine to decide what our plan is in our quiet space. We have looked deeper inside to see what it is that we really need to focus on. We have sought the help of our BBB, our Be Best Bestie, to make us accountable. I want to take that a step further. So, what does that accountability look like? That accountability looks like the person who will help to keep you on track. I'm going to use my girlfriend, Clary. Clary is in school and taking courses, and I'm so proud of her, and she's almost done. And there was a moment that she just stopped taking courses. And the only reason why I became the accountability partner and I voted myself for accountability partner is because she would come and say, okay, help me understand, help me understand. So we worked through the processes together while she was taking this course. And I finally said to her, okay, enough time has passed. Where are we with these classes? Oh no, by this date, this needs to be done because it was a self-learning module. And I really needed to help her stay focused and stay on point um, because I realized that what she had to offer was going to make the world a better place, period. And she's an amazing human being. Hey, Clary. So I will give her shout out because she worked really hard. She tolerated Sonora being her BBB and pushing her to be her best. And you know what? We do that for each other. And that's what this journey is about. And when she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do, sometimes I gave her moments to breathe. And then there were moments where I had to say, oh no, I've had enough. Get back on. What's going on? Let's get it done. Come on, let's get it done. Okay. So that's what a BBB or an accountability partner will do for you. They will help to keep you focused. So before leaving, I want to sum this up differently. I'm going to say for those who are HGTV fans, and I really am, I know I have long nails, but you know what? I love home improvement. It is something that I enjoy doing. So this process should look like a home improvement process. The first thing that comes up is someone says, gets an idea. I want to change my kitchen. Okay. The next thing that they do is they go and seek a contractor and an architect. We have to take it to the master architect to make sure that our foundations are strong enough to support the changes that we're going to make. And sometimes we have to dig a little deeper and build up our supports so that the change can come from the ground up. And sometimes we just have to change cabinets. The other part that I'm going to use in your process, in an analogy, I'm going to use the analogy of the contractor and the designer. You know, a designer comes in and says, I want top of the line floors and we need a $7,000 throw rug, and oh, the backsplash needs to be custom. And then the contractor says, yeah, no, we had knob and tube wiring through the house. We had to rewire the house. So we need to scale back on some of these things and make it more realistic. Be real with yourself. It doesn't mean that you failed. And last but not least, I want to say there is no such thing as failure. Even in your greatest loss, there is a lesson that will teach you what to do the next time. The more you let time lapse and perceive it to be a failure, the more you will have to change that perspective later down the road. Don't do it to yourself. Go ahead and give yourself the time to grieve your redirection. Give yourself the opportunity and the ownership to say, I can do this again better. And give yourself the time and the opportunity to reflect back on what you can do differently. But just don't call yourself a failure, because you're not. You're not. So, in closing, I want to say this. We are all in a state of becoming. So, first of all, respect the Creator for the purpose you were designed for. Next of all, respect yourself for being in the process and allow yourself to go through the process. And number three, respect one another for our perspective, because everybody's coming from a different viewpoint and we just may not be seeing it the same way, but we want to make sure that we come to the same outcome. Remember to do your best to be your best. I am Sonora. This is S.O.O.N. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you next Sunday. Better yet, I'll see you soon.